Okay, it's a trivia, a Lynn and Joanne Ray trivia, with some questions, and if you know the answer, answer it. Okay, so first question, when is Lynn and Joanne Ray's actual wedding anniversary? It is not actually today.
I know it.
Did they know?
Family's not allowed to answer.
Are we not allowed?
It was 2 months ago, but I don't know the exact date. 2 months? No, 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
2 months ago?
Yeah.
Or maybe more.
Everybody's mad at me. I'm sorry. I was just playing. Does anybody know how or where they met? How and or where? Either one.
In a bar room.
At college.
Walking up the steps outside their college when Lynn said, "Wow, she's a nice looking lady." Quote Lynn Ray.
Oh, really?
Paraphrase maybe.
Paraphrase, yeah. But I don't think that's how they met. I think they met then later, a week later, in a coffee shop or something.
We met, yeah, our school had a little chapel. It wasn't a Christian school, but there was lots going on there. And kids were real excited, and we just hung out in this chapel, this little kind of beautiful old wooden chapel. It was right across from the student center. And so we met, and just some of us girls were talking to some of these guys, and some people praying, and some people talking. And then the funny thing is that the next time I saw him, we were at a prayer meeting at some people's house, and everybody was just sitting all over the floor. It was a little one room, sitting all over the bed, just tons of people sitting. And I saw a guy get up to talk, and this guy with long, beautiful blonde hair picked up his Bible off the floor, and he dusted it off and picked it up. And I thought, what a neat guy.
Well, sort of like that. I think that the Bible incident was the first one. And Tim's right. I did see some chick with good shaped hips climbing the stairs at wearing those purple pants she used to wear. Yeah. It's sort of like back in the '70s when I saw those old sailboats. Saying I wish I had one like that. And 20 years later, I own that same sailboat, but that's okay. But basically, it's what she says. But the first time that we really got to know each other was one time a whole bunch of you and your friends came over and picked me up at Scott Hall. And you sat on my lap in the car all the way over to the Christian bookstore.
I do remember that when I first met him, the first day I met him, he said he couldn't get up for school, and so he had me call him every morning to wake up so he
Good plan.
Okay, so how long after they met did they get married? How long did it take?
Does anybody know?
Any guesses? You can guess.
Any guess? Just guess.
A year.
Guess.
So you're
9 months. A year and a half.
3 years.
just trying to remember.
a year and a half. How long was it when we met when we got married?
Well, let's see. That would have been in January or February when all that happened. I just described. We got married in March of '73. 2 years.
That's what happened. For 3 months. How long after they got married did they Josh? She's trying to remember too. Any guesses? 2 years. 2 years?
We got married in '73 in that car. He was born in '75.
Describe Joanne and Lynn's first home together. Anybody remember it?
Nobody's gonna be able to describe that.
Well, maybe you're gonna have to then. If anybody can guess. Anybody knows?
Hideout.
Really?
It was a perfect idea. If you were to make a movie about a kidnapping hideout, that's what it was. An old abandoned factory on the edge of town, and there was an office built up in the very top end of it, and the steps, about 100 steps going up to it. And I mean, kids thought it was haunted. I had a problem with people driving around and throwing rocks at the windows because they thought the place was haunted. But it was bad. We paid $25 a month. And it was, like she said, it was, the interior was immaculate, but from the outside, it was an old rusty abandoned factory.
About 2 flights of stairs.
An 8-foot long bathtub. It had a cedar closet. It had everything. It was built for some executive, 100 years ago or so.
And so that's why we wanted something real cheap. But it's kind of scary sometimes.
Oh yeah. We lay in bed at night. You'd hear somebody walk in, slam the door, walk down the hallway, and slam the other door. Happened all the time.
Okay, name at least one way Lynn and Joanne did not heed their parents' advice.
Oh my goodness.
Tell about when her mother took her aside the first time she brought me home.
Mom, your mouth melon.
Oh gosh, in those days I hitchhiked everywhere. That was just my normal mode of transportation. And I made the mistake of hitchhiking with her to your parents' house.
I understand. There was a time everybody was hitchhiking all the time.
So we were getting ready to hitchhike to Key West, Florida, and they had words about that. They didn't think that was a good idea, so they bought us plane tickets down there. It's real suckers, real suckers. But your mother took you aside the first time she ever laid eyes on me and said something to you. What was it?
She's not going to answer.
Next question.
Name at least one song played at Lynn and Joanne's wedding.
Nobody else was going to get it. Nobody else was there.
Wasn't it Never My Love by the Association?
She got it.
Nice.
Who played the wedding song?
Well, how much did Lynn and Joanne's wedding rings cost?
May I go?
I think y'all two might be feeling.
I don't know this one.
May I
I was
go?
into hitchhiking, so you can figure out what they
$20?
more expensive.
They're
than
real,
mine.
they're real. They're real.
I think his was $13 and mine was only $10.
But they're 24 karat gold.
They're really beautiful, they're nice.
I don't know if the lady was just being charitable when we came in there.
I don't know, but it was a jewelry store. A real nice jewelry store, and she pulled out, we asked if they had other rings that were cheaper. So she pulled out some things out of the counter and said that they couldn't raise the
They were
price.
made before World War II and everybody died, and so they couldn't sell them. And it was old stock, and so they sold them to us for $10 and $13. And sized them and engraved them and everything.
You can't see the engraving in the little silver.
Yeah, hers was real
roses. It's
fancy
kind of
before she
worn
wore it out.
Okay, so what do rumors say that Lynn had to do at the end of the wedding?
Rumors?
Maybe Mom told me this.
No, I think he told
Just
us.
the bride.
What are you talking about? What else? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Anybody else?
Joanne got started early is what
It's
it's
not
all about.
indecent, okay?
Joanne, I don't know, you guys that go to church with Joanne know that she can't be the first person to lead. Can't be the second person to lead church. If there's anybody still in the building, she's got to be there. She pointed over there to the sink and said, "We need to wash these dishes. We can't make these people wash these dishes." This is the truth. And she started in on me right then and there. And I went over there and pulled up my sleeves and started doing it. And somebody rescued me.
Before they had kids, what did Lynn and Joanne do together?
Play music. Played in a band.
Hitchhike.
Bike ride.
For what?
Before I met you.
No.
Hi. We just studied the Bible. Yeah, but we had Bible studies.
Before we had kids.
It was about the best baby picture taker.
That's what it was. I wasn't a photographer, I was a baby picture taker.
Where was Lynn and Joanne's first kiss? I don't know this.
This is getting a little bit.
We're almost done. The reason Lynn fell for Joanne.
One reason why?
You fell for her.
Well,
You haven't already said.
okay, the next day after we did this thing going to the Christian bookstore sitting on my lap, well then we had lunch together every day from then on, and she would take her foot
Yeah, man, why?
and run it up my pants leg underneath the table. And look at me with those eyes that were so innocent and caring.
Oh, man.
I have to tell you this, I'm about to cry. One of our very best friends took our wedding pictures, and he felt so bad because his camera, you know, back then it was a nice 35mm camera, you had to do just right. It was too dark. And so we had a very few little pictures, and then most of them we lost in the flood, the few we had. And so this is a real blessing. This is really special.
You see, I used to have hair too, you guys.
So these are all the pictures.
Summer,
You guys had a
Summer and Josh, Christmas, about 80 or so. Matt,
Who's that?
I think that's Rachel. There's Ed.
Did you see your mommy as a baby? Look at, wow.
Looks a whole lot like Ruby, doesn't it? There's Summer.
Let's get mommy as a baby right there, Miles. That's your mom.
Where's that?
It looks like a bedspread.
It looks like a bedspread.
Where's the other cake?
Okay.
It's underneath there.
Okay, ready? It's rolling up asleep. Okay. Ready? 2, 3, go!
Now you guys gotta
Now
feed
you
each
gotta
other.
feed each other.
Oh, really?
We never did that. We never did that.
That wasn't a custom way back in those days.
It was a custom. We just decided. It was a custom.
This is going to be a good cake.
Really cute. Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, baby.
That's a big
That's so
You do it together, right? Is that how you do it?
Wait, no.
No, you can't say
I hate when they always do that. I see them on Reddit funny some videos all the time.
As we rush her to the hospital with a punctured leg.
You alright, Joanne? Are you wounded?